Welcome and good afternoon. My name is Terry Yergin. I'm chair of the Raleigh-Durham Airport Authority Board. It's my honor to be here today with all of you and Governor Perdue for this important announcement. I'd also like to give a special welcome to many of the representatives from the cities of Durham and Raleigh and the counties of Durham and Wake, and many of the business leaders who have joined us today. It is you in your airline business, both business and leisure, that's made this facility and this airport what it is, and you've made this great opportunity we have today what it is. So thank you. So I'd like to introduce our board members who are in attendance today. Rob Tier from Durham, Farad Ali from Durham, Craigie Sanders from Durham, and Tommy Hunt from Durham. I'm the Wake County member. We've got two from Raleigh and one from Wake County who could not be with us today. So less than a year ago, we gathered to formally dedicate this new terminal, one built to support the air service needs of this region. One of our objectives throughout the development of T2 was to build a facility that could support additional service and in a style and fit for our first-class community. Governor Perdue, on behalf of the Airport Authority, I'd like to thank you for your tireless efforts to bring more economic opportunities to our state. The state, the airport, and the region are all partners in creating new opportunities for North Carolina. And we thank you for your enthusiastic support of Raleigh-Durham's air service development efforts. We are honored to be here with you and representatives from the region to make this important announcement. So, Madam Governor, we're all eager to hear from you and the announcement you've got to make. So, thank you.
Well, this is a big day for North Carolina and for North Carolina's economic development. Terry, for helping put this together with the Airport Authority members. Ron, for your presence here today. Mike, what a way to start a new job. I wish I could have done this as the new airport director. I want you to know the guy's got a career pathway. And Dale Carroll is here with me representing the department and all of the hard work that went on to make this happen. Now, I'm not going to keep anybody in suspense because all of us probably have already figured it out. There is a major announcement to be made for Raleigh-Durham and the Triangle. United Airlines will begin nonstop service from RDU International to San Francisco starting August 15th. Give it up. Now, some of you out there in TV and radio and the internet world may not realize why this is such an important thing that United is allowing us to do right here in the Triangle. But this airline will make it possible for the travelers like me who are in and out of this marvelous airport. It's a marvelous airport. To all of you all who have helped make it possible, thank you very much. This is a great opportunity for us to show off North Carolina at its finest as a new company or a new recruit comes in here and sees that we are no longer your great-grandmother's North Carolina, that we are sophisticated and we have sophisticated transportation articles. The fact that we RDU flyers now can go nonstop to the West Coast from the East Coast is really important. But for me, equally important, or perhaps more important, is the fact that all of those investors and entrepreneurs and innovators in San Francisco and Silicon Valley are going to be able to bring their venture capital really quickly on a direct flight from San Francisco to Raleigh-Durham. So this is a win-win for everybody involved. And today's announcement, much to my chagrin, was not an easy one to get done. This has been hard work, and that's why today we're so grateful to United and to RDU for reaching out and making this happen. When I was in California a little over a year ago, as I visited with the leaders of the technology businesses there, the Googles and the Apples and the Ciscos, over and over and over again, I heard directly from the mouths of the people who are the decision makers in those companies, well, we like North Carolina, But it's just so hard for us to get there. And it's so hard for us to service our clients from the West Coast. Because if I'm coming for a full day's business, it's usually a 3.5-day trip because of the transportation. And this stuff makes a difference. As we talked to Wells Fargo about their presence in North Carolina, the fact that there isn't a direct flight to San Francisco has been a real barrier. And we know as we want them to grow on the East Coast and to continue to love and prosper in North Carolina, that this is a real win-win for that bank. And so as we're speaking, I'm having calls made to Wells Fargo to claim this as a victory for them and for our brand in North Carolina. These companies will grow right here in the state. In that California trip, we heard 2 companies specifically tell us that this was a major deterrent, this lack of a flight, and their selection of North Carolina as a major East Coast presence. This flight, this direct East to West Coast flight, is critically important as we continue to grow our presence in Silicon Valley and as we continue to try to convince all of those investors that North Carolina is a 21st century economy. And if you think about what we're doing globally, the benefit of this flight doesn't just end in California. You know, I've been on my 2nd mission and getting ready to go on our 3rd trade mission to China. We understand very clearly how powerful China and India, Hong Kong, and obviously Japan are to us as we trade in the global world. All these Asian markets are going to be so much more accessible for us because of this direct flight. And if you boil it down to why it means something important to me, if I live in Buncombe County or if I live in Pamlico County, what does it have to do with economic development in North Carolina? What this really translates to, this one single big win by United investing in North Carolina, is that there will be more jobs and more business opportunities all over our state because the transportation issue is finally solved. There's no better place to be than the RTP to do business. And if you look at our roster of high-tech and biotech companies, you know that folks like calling us home. But quite frankly, from my perspective today, there's no company in the world that I'd rather see called North Carolina home than United Airlines, as they do this investment with us for this region and for our state. And so now to all you out there listening to this, as you help us celebrate, I'm calling on you all to help make sure that those planes are full as they leave RDU and fly to the West Coast. And to all of us who have friends and families and business partners on the West Coast, we need to make sure that return flight to the East Coast is equally full. So a lot of us have to do more than just cut a ribbon and say, work well done today. This event that you're witnessing today will help continue to build on the platform of the RDU International Airport. You know, I'm told that on a good day, and I'm here lots of days, more than 25,000 passengers come in and out of these doors. I've been here early in the mornings at maybe 2 o'clock in the morning, actually. And there are people walking around in this airport where 10 years ago, you would be lucky to find anybody in the airport. Our area is changing so much. More than 9 million people a year use this airport and the services of our carriers to get somewhere or to come somewhere. If you look at this marvelous terminal, I can remember, as many of you can, when the discussion started about whether we wanted to invest and build something that was world class. And now as you look at the terminal plans for Terminal 1, the same kind of discussion is going on for anybody who pays taxes in the Triangle, as all of us do. These are good investments in infrastructure that will yield relentless rewards for us in decades to come. Again, Mike, I understand that in your interview and in the hiring decision that you understood the global competitiveness of this transportation issue. You made tremendous commitments to the leadership of the Select Committee that you would work aggressively to bring nonstop destinations to RDU. What a win for you to be involved in this first big win for the state of North Carolina, this flight to San Francisco. I want to thank you for your leadership. I want to welcome United, and to all of us out there, before you leave here today, you need to go over and buy a ticket. Go somewhere.
Pause for 5-10 minutes while you go buy those tickets. Go ahead. Great idea. Fantastic. I remembered a little less than a year ago, Secretary Crisco called John Brantley and I down to the office to talk about that trip to the West Coast, and you got us focused on it well, so it's paid off. Thank you so much. So next up, I'd like to introduce Ron Bauer. Ron's Vice President of Fleet Operations for United, and in just a few minutes talking with him earlier, I learned so much about the airline business. I wish he could stay an hour to talk about it. It sounds like we all can learn a lot, but I just want to point out one fact. He did confirm that he's a Georgia Tech grad, so he's a good Southern guy, and we like him. So let me introduce Ron.
Ron Bauer, I'm the Vice President of Fleet for United Airlines, and on behalf of our 78,000 employees worldwide and our 90 employees based here in Raleigh-Durham, which happens to be my favorite station, we're really excited about today's announcement. So really good for United, and we think very good for the local area. We really want to thank Governor Perdue as well as Terry and Mike for their continued effort in really trying to provide convenient passenger service to the local community. I really think this flight is a good example of that. We're now going to connect Raleigh-Durham to San Francisco. The beauty of this flight is it allows us to connect to one of our major hubs. You know, San Francisco, we fly 330 flights a day to 4 different continents, and it really opens up Asia, as well as connecting the high-tech centers here to the Silicon Valley in San Francisco. So it was a really great opportunity for United. I really appreciate your efforts in bringing that to us as well. And I've been coming to Raleigh-Durham for about the past 5 years. As part of our officer program at United, each officer is assigned a station. I was very fortunate 5 years ago to be assigned Raleigh-Durham, and I come once a quarter to talk to the employees and our passengers about, you know, what the company's doing and what we can do better, getting feedback not only from our customers but from our employees. Since our merger with United back in October 2010, one of the underlying themes of our employees and our passengers has been having nonstop service to San Francisco. I think it's a great example of how to do this. You know, this service will allow us to connect on a one-stop basis cities such as Osaka and Seoul, South Korea. And through our other hubs, we have a very big presence in Raleigh-Durham, and Raleigh-Durham does very well for us, but through other hubs in, you know, Houston, Chicago, Newark, Washington, and Cleveland, we can connect to other parts of the world and also Asia. You know, for example, you can fly to Beijing or Shanghai, Hong Kong, or Tokyo. So again, great opportunity, and we think this is very positive for United. Now, we really do appreciate, as you all know, Governor Perdue has been very focused about increasing business relations in Asia, especially in China and Japan. We think this is very important for the local economy to continue this, and we again really appreciate your perseverance and your vision of keeping that goal alive, and that we're the recipients to help you with that. It's very good for United Airlines. So, you know, as we're growing the Raleigh-Durham presence here, we're also very focused on making United the best airline in the world. You know, a couple examples: we're going to invest over $500 million in the next several years to on our existing fleet to make improvements. You know, our business travelers have demanded low, you know, they want lie-flat seats in business class. And we now have the most lie-flat seats of any airline in the world. We're retrofitting our aircraft. You know, we're adding Wi-Fi. We're improving our entertainment systems. We're adding, you know, economy plus seating to give you more room to coach. So all these things are the things that the passengers are demanding or wanting, and we're listening to them, much as we're listening to the community here, starting with service. Now, I'm responsible for buying aircraft for United Airlines. I think I have one of the funnest jobs at United. But one thing that is especially interesting to me is, you know, we're going to be the first airline to fly the 787. We get our first aircraft later this year. And not many people know this, but the engines are built for our aircraft. The Gen X engines are built right here in Durham, and we've been several times to the plant. And so when you're flying on United from Raleigh-Durham to San Francisco, connecting to a 787, I would love for the 787 to come here one day, but unfortunately we'll be mainly out of our hubs. We'll be flying on an engine that's got its, you know, roots right here in our own very backyard. So again, in summary, really appreciate everything you've done for United. Governor, really appreciate the service and the opportunity, and we think this is a great opportunity for United, and we're very excited about it. So thank you.
Thank you, Ron, very much. We're so happy to have you here. You've been a great partner, I guess, since 1947 here at Raleigh-Durham. We're happy to have you expand your service. Thank you. So Mike Langeth, our director here at Raleigh-Durham, is going to speak, and I just want to make a comment, too, about Mike. We've all been so impressed with the way he's hit the ground running, and I mean running. He's in full sprint mode. So to come to our community and to pick up as fast as he has been really impressive. And he's truly getting out in the community, and he's not only meeting with our partners and our employees here on property, but he's also getting out and meeting our partners in their offices, wherever their headquarters are. So we're excited about that. We know that's going to translate in an improved operation. It's going to certainly translate into more air service here, and that's what our game is about now, is more air service here out of Raleigh-Durham. So Mike, if you would.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, good afternoon. My name is Mike Langeth. I'm new airport director here at RDU. I guess we need to first begin and thank Governor Perdue for joining us today to make this important announcement and our ongoing effort and her ongoing efforts to bring business to the state of North Carolina. So, Governor, thank you very much for your leadership. I'd also like to thank Ron for bringing the great news of this new nonstop service to San Francisco. Been here 5 months and already have great news. So, thank you, Ron, for doing that. We'd also like to thank United Airlines for their continued investment in RDU and the Research Triangle area and the state of North Carolina. This is a very exciting day for RDU and for many around the Research Triangle region. As many of you are aware, San Francisco has been on the top of RDU's hit list for new air service for some time. We all share in the celebration because it has been a community working together that we're able to bring this flight to RDU today. The governor has been working hard to build relationships with Asia and a more direct connection to China and also to South Korea. Businesses, particularly the life sciences and technology sectors, have been very vocal about the importance of this flight to their ongoing success and ability to grow and compete in this region and this nation. The region's economic developers have worked closely with RDU and the airlines to illustrate the strength of our market and the demand for service to the West Coast and also on to Asia. United as well has been in talks with RDU for over several years about the flight and their desire to want to launch it. As we know, times have been tough for all industries across this country, and for United to make this investment in our region is a result of hard work of lots of people that are here today and taking part in this very special event. Now we must support this flight as a community. We asked for it, and it's now up to us as a community to support it and make it successful. This new service to San Francisco will be important to our region's future competitiveness and success. And again, thank you to everyone in the state, the region, and United Airlines who made this day possible. It truly is a great day for the state of North Carolina. It's a great day for this region. It's a great day for RDU. And hopefully it's going to be a great day for United Airlines. Thank you very much for being here today. We appreciate your support.
Go buy those tickets.